Ecclesiastes chapter 3. There is an occasion for everything, and a time for every activity under heaven. A time to give birth, and a time to perish. A time to plant, and a time to uproot. A time to harm, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to throw stones, and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace, and a time to avoid embracing. A time to search, and a time to count as lost. A time to keep, and a time to throw away. A time to tear, and a time to sow. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for war, and a time for peace. What does the worker gain from his struggle? I have seen the tasks that God has given people to keep them occupied. He has made everything appropriate in its time. He has also put eternity into their hearts. But man cannot discover the works God has done from the beginning. I know that there is nothing better for a man than to rejoice and enjoy the good life. It is also the gift of God whenever anyone eats, drinks, and enjoys all of his efforts. I know that all God does will last forever. There is no adding to it or taking from it. God works so that people will be in awe of him. Whatever is, has already been, and whatever will be, already is. God repeats what has passed. I also observed under the sun, there is wickedness at the place of judgment, and there is wickedness at the place of righteousness. I said to myself, God will judge the righteous and the wicked, since there is a time for every activity and every work. I said to myself, this happens concerning people, so that God may test them and they may see for themselves that they are like animals, for the fate of people and the fate of animals is the same. As one perishes, so perishes the other. They all have the same breath. People have no advantage over animals, for everything is futile. All are going to the same place. All come from dust, and all return to dust. Who knows if the spirit of people rises upward and the spirit of animals goes downward to the earth? I have seen that there is nothing better than for a person to enjoy his activities, because that is his reward, for who can enable him to see what will happen after he perishes?